So, it's been a while since my last video. Been up on a mountain and well, it's supposed to be spring, but obviously, as you can see, it's still pretty snowed in everywhere. So, but yeah, it definitely changed. So it's not. It already has plus degrees. But yeah, the past few months could only go down, get out down, maybe once every 6 weeks. So yeah, but now it's clearing up and it's easier to get down again. Before I was like having to store a lot of food just in case if I don't make it down, which I couldn't. So and there is a snow blower, just stopped working. It wouldn't work in the winter time. So luckily a neighbor had a machine and was able to like clear the road every 6 weeks or so. But yeah, a couple of trees that fell, branches that fell off. It was very stormy. But yeah, that's just some random things. So I wasn't sure about what I would be talking about now, but something that comes to mind is the thought about control, right? To how much we have control. Like, you see it up here on the mountain too, right? Like, you have no control over the weather. Like, sure, you can control some things, like I did, where I would store up food, but there's so many things that we have no control over. And even in life, it seems sometimes like, it's just from my experience, that we have like, you could almost say like destiny, a predefined path. Where we are made to believe that we can control everything. But more and more, for myself, it just seems like, no, like there is a path. And off that path that we can do things that seem as we have control, but really we are on a predefined path. Just here for the ride, just here to experience our little story. And what happens. So is it up to you to decide what happens in your life, or is it up to life? So you make a business. Is it really your efforts? Like, sure, you're doing something in order to, for example, get customers, but has it really been up to you? Or was it up to life to decide what customer comes across an advertisement that you might have been put out, or I don't know. Like, when I look at some of my, if I want to say my successes, but really, like, it was divinely timed. Sounds a little bit odd, but everything kind of fell in place for it to happen. And I couldn't have made it happen. Me personally, it was not up to me to have the people in order to get me to the place that I wanted to get, or experience something that I wanted to experience. That kind of happened. That was out of my control, right? So it can make you wonder to how much we actually have control. And then like you see it also like where people try to control everything, and you can't. You've seen people try to control every single thing, like, and you see how tense and stressed they are. When in reality they have no control over things. Like, if like you being snowed in, you're being snowed in. Now you can do things in response, or maybe even proactively knowing what might come. But there are things that are just out of our control. So control is an interesting thing. Control is very interesting. It's something. So obviously we have some control, but there is something else, something higher, that in the end kind of decides to how it all plays out. It's like we can do our little part. But then like what's after that? Or like that's not really up for us to decide how things play out. Yeah. It's not the nicest weather today. It's pretty cold too. Obviously nothing compared to what it's been in the last months. Like we had like -20 at some point, maybe more. And even getting down from the mountain was, I dreaded it so much, because each time I did it, after the first time, second time, it was just like, oh man, it's not just an adventure, it's actually gonna be a very frustrating experience to make it down. A very rough kind of thing. But like electronics just won't work properly. Battery of a car is empty. Just freezing weather. You're getting stuck trying to get up, but it's just like too icy. You can't, and then you have like stuff in your car. First time what happened, like I was like having my car, I couldn't make it up really far, so I had to leave my car like tilted on a corner. The first uphill tilted on the corner, like about to like roll down like a hill. And then yeah, like had to like carry the groceries that I had in the car for a couple kilometers up through almost knee-deep high snow. So those are the kind of like experience like where you're like, man, it goes. People say don't stay in your comfort zone, but that's like extreme discomfort. And like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't want to complain because overall it's been actually good. It's just the trips that I had to take where I had to stock up on supplies that were kind of like pretty rough. But yeah, starting to melt. So it's not as much of an issue to get down. You can actually already see some ground. You can see some earth. So, but yeah, what else? The control. Yeah, control is a thing. And also joy. Like how much are we doing that we don't actually enjoy doing? Like, and does those things ever lead to any kind of success? Or not does it even need to lead to success, that's the other thing. Why not just do things for the sake of doing them? Because we're curious, we want to try them out, right? I don't think everything needs to have like some idea of success attached to it. And I'm the kind of person that likes to try things out. I'm not really the kind of person that likes mundane things, likes to do things over and over and over again. Like, where, yeah, no, like, I like generally just trying things out, right? See how it works, gain a little bit of knowledge, have a new experience. When things starting to repeat itself, I'm not a fan of that. So, because when there's something new to learn, it becomes mundane. It's always the same, and then like, what's left there, right? What's left? Then you maybe like attaching, or I guess I could speak for myself here. Maybe reaching for higher successes in the same area, but it's like, maybe that's not the point. Maybe it's more the point to actually see what we actually enjoy to do right at this moment, without the idea of what it might have to become, or some like far future idea of what it might needs to become, or what kind of success we might want to have with that kind of thing. So yeah, so here's the machine that just wouldn't want to work in the winter time. And it's loud too. I think it's so loud. Yeah, you need headphones or something when you're in there. And then the front would also not spin anymore. So the chain kind of got loose at some point too, so the front wouldn't spin and pull in the snow. So yeah, no, machine wasn't good. Even though it's supposed to be made for winter, yeah, no, failed. But yeah, I don't know. On the other hand, maybe it was also good. Like, I didn't need to be in a town every day. It gave me some time to be out here. And what else? Like technology. What can I say to technology? Like, I could speak about the economy, but I think everyone knows what the economy is like. It's not the greatest. But I don't want to harp on the same things over and over again. So, an interesting thing about technology also is reach. So, the internet was more democratic, you could say. I remember what Twitter was like before it was like owned or, I don't know, controlled as much. And you could like putting things out, you could get some reach. But I think that kind of changed. And I think it's now, if you look on X or what Twitter, well, Twitter is now called X, right? So if you look on X, like all the postings and news, so it's basically just one person posting, you know. Before it seemed like you could come across similar kind of people, and you can still, but what they push is pretty much just one person or a couple people, and it didn't seem like it was like done before. So normally, like, you would, I don't know, see more a variety of people with a variety of things that they're creating, and now it's basically just owned by one person, and that one person is using all that reach, or putting themselves out and is getting all the reach, while everyone else is basically just, I don't know, not really getting that much reach, right? You have to actually look and search for the people that might talk about similar interests or other things, but it didn't seem like it was necessary that much back in the early times of Twitter. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm seeing. But yeah, the view is great. The view is great. On a sunny day, it's amazing. On a sunny day, it's really great. Has an amazing view. It's very pretty. But today is more like a gray day. And like I can see like people like to leave for the winter time and then just come back once it's all thawed and the snow is gone. But yeah, I don't know. Then another thing I guess I will just talk about things that I come across and have some thoughts too. Yeah, now the favoring of certain people over others when, so let's say like you and that's not with everything the case, but if you put out content about knitting, you have people that have like, I don't know, yeah, they have like millions of views and it's knitting. So don't get me wrong, knitting is like a good skill to have. But then like the juicy content. So if I look through like, I actually have to turn, like today I kind of just looked randomly through like the stuff that's like on YouTube. And like a lot of stuff I would be like, I would not, or the stuff that's promoted, right? A lot of the stuff that's promoted, I can't even like watch. I feel like it makes me dumber. Or there is some like, if you look up like fun videos, and I just like randomly like picked some random topics, right? So like fun videos, and then you watch the first 5 videos that's on the search result, and then it's like, that's supposed to be funny? I don't know. I mean, I know like everyone has a different humor, but it's like, it has this like, a lot of the stuff comes with, I wouldn't say agenda necessary, but you know, like there's something underneath there. It's supposed to make people like also in a way ridicule certain things and have like a different specific standpoint towards anything. And it's like another thing, environment. Oh, that's a big thing. The whole green energy stuff, and like you have to get rid of everything that's bad. Like the whole like stop oil movement is complete nonsense. It drives the economy. It is what makes living possible. It allows us for truck drivers to bring us groceries and everything. But the whole like green movement got hijacked. So I'm not saying like you shouldn't care about the environment, but it got to the point where it's all nonsense. Maybe all is too much, but yeah, no, it's a big sham, a big scam, I could say. So we using something that could be better, you know, like we demonize certain things, and it's all like, I don't know, like maybe you should stop being so political. But I know like that all that like stuff is hijacked, and like really it's not about like really actually bettering something, but it's just like to allow people to channel certain things through foundation, to have that as tax write-offs and whatnot. It's not actually like really going towards bettering anything. In fact, like even the entire demonization of like oil is nonsense. So yeah, so man, I'm watching too much. That's the thing. Like, I'm seeing too much. I'm seeing too much on the internet where I'm like, I can smell the BS right away. And then it's, I think I need to also step more away from that. Because like, otherwise like, you're only feeling like slightly upset, right? Slightly upset over like all of it. And before I would like try to target like a certain audience too with my videos, where they might be like on the verge of like seeing true things. They were just lacking maybe some information or data or like some critical thoughts. But more and more I'm like also like, I don't think that's really that important. I don't think that's really that important. Yeah, I don't think there's much more to say today. Just thought like I'd give a little bit of an update. Yeah, see, there's an entire, almost like tree that fell off. There's a big branch. I don't even see where it fell off from. Yeah, no idea. But yeah, but I just give a little bit of an update, and I see you in the next video.